Alright, y'all, welcome back to my channel. It is Liv Loves Literature, and today, I know it's probably been a minute, probably been about 2 weeks if I could guesstimate. But yeah, we're gonna talk about the books that I read in April. Let's just get down to it. We read 6 books in April, which isn't terrible, but also isn't the greatest either. I feel like my reading year has just been subpar so far, and I'm hoping that means the rest of the year will be good, because this time last year, your girl was I was in a chokehold because of Miss Ashley Antoinette. I seriously wish I had $1 for every time I mention her on my channel. But anyways, yeah, welcome to my channel. I feel like it's been so long, but yeah, I really want to dive into it. I have I have a reason for my disappearance. I mean, not really, but really, I mean, life is just busy. I have not rested since 2024. Every weekend is something. Every weekend I've had something to do, and it's just, I'm never in the right headspace or mood or even time frame to film, because by the time when I wake up, it's dark outside, so I can't do it before work. When I come back from work, I have about 30 minutes to maybe an hour of sunlight before the lighting is no longer acceptable to film. So I really can only film on the weekend, Saturday or Sunday, and I've been doing a lot on Saturdays and Sundays. So that's where we ended up. But let's go ahead and talk about the books we read. I actually need to get them. I read some physical books this month. Clock it. Let's get down to it. So first of all, it's May. It is May, and as a teacher, if you're new here, I'm a teacher. May is probably the best month of the school year, if not the second best. Okay, maybe August, because it's all new and fresh and exciting and whatever. Anyways, it's May, and I'm so happy. I couldn't be more excited. Anyways, to start off our month, I read Sleep Like Death by Kaylin Bayron. This is an author. This is my 3rd book by this author. You've probably seen her before. She wrote Cinderella is Dead, and she also wrote This Wicked Fate, and then This Poison Hearts, and the sequel is This Wicked Fate. I did not read This Wicked Fate, and I don't know if I will. This Poison Heart, I read it 2 years ago. I actually got it from the book fair when I was teaching at another school, but yeah, and it was pretty, it was good. It was kind of creepy. It's definitely creepy cottage core. I have the powers of nature type book. And I still have it. So that means that there's potential there. But, yeah, I actually did read this book in its physical form because I got it from the book fair that we had, the week before spring break. But I actually gave the copy to a student. It's actually so funny because this student, I already felt like this student would enjoy this book, but I kept forgetting it at home. But I saw her reading it the other day, and I was like, girl, did you know that I have a copy of this book and I was gonna give it to you? And if you want to reread the book, you can have it. So I gave the copy to her, so that's why I no longer have it. I've always wanted to give a book away to a student because I had an English teacher who gave me several books, and I still have them, and it was super duper cool. But yeah, so I no longer have that book. But this book was about she specializes in kind of fairy tale retellings. That's a really popular thing, is to do, retellings these days. But yeah, she really twists them and turns them on their head. And there's always LGBTQ plus representation. But yeah, this one is Snow White. Because it's called Sleep Like Death, I keep thinking Sleeping Beauty, but it's not Sleeping Beauty. It is Snow White. But yeah, I'm sure the cover is on whichever side I decide to put it on. On the cover, you can see that she has a green apple, which I really like the choice of a green apple because I personally like green apples. But anyways, yeah, basically what's happening. Snow White is not some dainty princess. She is like second in command, because her mom is a queen, so it's a queendom instead of a kingdom. And our main character had two moms, but basically there's like this person who is like, he grants people's wishes, but there's like a twist, and he always ends up like taking your soul or whatever, so their goal is to like defeat him. That was a really bad description, but I genuinely cannot remember what it was about. I rated this 3.5 out of 5. I gave the book away, so I will not be reading it again, but I think it's good for middle grade. I feel for a middle grade audience, it's really good, I think. Okay, let's move on. Next is Forget Me Not. Anyways, if you know, you know. This is Forget Me Not by Julie Soto. I really wish I could take this Target stick. Oh, wait a minute. It's coming. It's coming. And now I'm occupied with this instead of filming my video. Wait a minute. Am I catching this on camera? No sticky residue? I'm so goated. I'm so goated. Anyways, Forget Me Not by Julie Soto. I've had this book for over a year. I was with a friend in Target in December 2023. Why do I remember that? Because I just do. My memory's amazing. But anyways, I bought this book in December 2023. And I decided, I tried to read it last April actually, but it just wasn't hitting for me. And so I picked it up this March, and I started reading it in March, but then kind of got distracted with Sunrise on the Reaping. And then, but I continued it because I actually really liked it. I actually rated this 4 out of 5 stars. It was my first Julie Soto. I get her and Allie Hazelwood mixed up because I feel like they use the same type of artwork and the same like font. I don't know. But there's even an Allie Hazelwood review on here, so maybe they're friends. But this one was a second chance romance in which you learned about their original romance while they are forming their second romance, like while they're making up. So I really like when authors do that because I want to know the tea. Like I want to know what happened in the past that is impacting the current and that will shape the future. So, yeah, so our main character, Ama Torres, she's a wedding planner, and she kind of like doesn't really believe in love or commitment. Her mom has had like 7 husbands. And then Elliot Elliot, his last name is Bloom. Elliot Bloom, well, guess where he works? At a flower shop. So he has a flower shop. They started working together because they started working the wedding circuit. If you like The Wedding Planner with Jennifer Lopez and Matthew McConaughey, you will like this book. I watched that movie recently, and because it was like wedding season. Like I said, I was in 2 weddings this past spring, and that was really exciting. And this was just it really scratched my itch for like needing to read like a wedding book. And yeah. It's genuinely, I opened up to a crazy page just now, but yeah, it was pretty good. Like I could see myself reading this again next spring, and I wouldn't say it's like a comfort novel, but like it was pretty good. The reason why it didn't get 5 stars is because I wanted a little more at the end. Like they both were a little bit anti-commitment to the point where I was like, okay, are we gonna commit or no? Like I don't know, but it was good. It was good. Okay, next I read my favorite book this month. This book takes the cake for best and favorite and awesomest book this month, and it is Wings of Starlight by Allison Safft. I have a full 14 or 15 minute review of this book on my channel. That's probably the last video that I posted. Was this, and I ate it up. I gobbled it up like a yummy cake, like a yummy Easter cake. I don't know. It was so good though. Like seriously, I rated this 5 out of 5 stars. My second 5 star of the year. My first 5 star was Sunrise on the Reaping. I came back and I was like, no, Sunrise on the Reaping deserves 5 stars. Like it really does. But anyways, what was I saying? I don't know. But yeah, this was so good. I really like Fairies, Pixie Hollow, Queen Clarion, and Lord Mallory. That's all I'm gonna say because I yapped enough about this book in the review. Please go watch the review. I really just gushed about everything that I love. Like I love, I'll say this and then I'll put it down. I love lore. Like I want to know the lore behind everything. It's why I'm so nosy and like I'm like, oh yeah, like I'm listening, I'm looking out the window at my neighbors and being like, oh, I wonder what they're, you know, like I love the lore behind stuff. It makes everything so much better. I love knowing the history of Pixie Hollow, and the writing was so good. I ordered another Allison Saft book because of this, and it honestly changed the trajectory of my stance on reading right now. Like I feel like and I think I'll make a video about this, like my gripes with fantasy right now. I have some gripes with adult fantasy and just the fantasy genre in general, and I think I'm gonna make a video on it. So I'm just gonna put this down and we're gonna move on. 5 out of 5. Okay, next I read The Roommate. So this is where the month kind of goes downhill a little bit. Anyways, next was The Roommate Risk by Talia Hibbert. This book reminded me of, what did it remind me of? It reminded me a lot of another book that I've read, and I can't remember which one it is. But anyways, I was intrigued by it because of the cover, honestly. And I was like, oh, they're going to be roommates or whatever. But yeah, they're old friends. They're best friends. And she has to move into his apartment because there is something wrong with her apartment. And he's been in love with her like forever. But she's like, she doesn't do commitments. And she's like, eh. And, but like, he's like, but I won't. And yeah, it's really, really good. Heavily spicy. It was done really well though. So I will say that it was done very well. That is probably why I rated it 4 out of 5 stars, because it was done really well and really tasteful. Yeah, that's really all I have to say. I don't remember their names. You already know this. I don't remember their names. But it was cool. Like, it was a cool little read. I don't remember it being like too long either. I don't even remember when I read this book. I just know it was like, yeah. 4 out of 5 stars. Okay, next we read Homebound by Meredith Trapp. So this was a cowboy romance that I had my eye on for a while, at least like a month and a half now. It was in my cowboy romances I want to read video. You should check that out, because I'm gonna read more cowboy romances, trust. But yeah, this one was just okay to me. Yeah, this one was just okay. I don't feel like it really, I feel like the premise of it sounded really good. It was another old friends. He's been in love with her forever. Y'all know, if you watched my romance icks and guilties pleasures, and also my unpopular book opinions, and just all of my bookish yap videos, if you watch those, then you know like the type of stories I like. I love best friends to lovers, and I also love black cat golden retriever. There's a southwest plane flying up above. It's crazy how I can see it from right here. But anyways, yeah. And when the girlies are a little bit standoffish and the guy's like, no, but like respectfully, I'm going to continue to pursue you in a way that is consensual and kind. But anyways, yeah, she was like, don't really do commitments. And also, like, I still see you as like that little boy from Tatooine. Anyways, y'all probably will not get that. Anyways, I still see you as like a little boy, like my old friend. Like, we're old, even though they're like the same age, but she's like, we're old friends, like, but he's like, girl, like, I'm a man. So he spends the whole book trying to like prove that like he's a man and stuff. And he plays hockey or something. He plays hockey, and I don't know. Oh, and he's a single dad. So it had like everything that I like in there, but it just, I don't know. But it was good. Like, I very much enjoyed listening to Beyonce's Cowboy Carter album while reading the book. I will be listening, especially because I'm going to Cowboy Carter. I'll be reading more cowboy romances. Dang, Cowboy Carter is at the end of next month. I really don't have a whole lot of time. But I want to read at least like 2 more cowboy romances while listening to the album to kind of, you know, prepare myself mentally for my life being changed. But yeah, so it was cool. It was cute. 3.5 out of 5. Okay, the last book we read this month was Nothing Like You by Kimberly Brown. This is the last book in the Giroux family series, excluding the novellas. I haven't read any of the novellas because I just didn't think they were necessary, but like plot developments actually happen in the novellas, so I wish I had read them in between each book like you were supposed to, but whatever. You know, I'm gonna read them when I need to pick me up. When I want to just read something cute, I'm gonna read it. But yeah, the Giroux family is a black family, and there are 5 children, 5 Giroux children, and you follow their I think it's in birth order. You follow their love stories, each one after the other. So this was number 5 with Reese. He's the youngest, and he's into older women. He's like 27 in the book, and she's 33. So yeah, she's 6 years older than him, and we already know about them because they were in the previous book. So yeah, each romance kind of builds. Like each romance is introduced in the book prior, which I think is really, really cool because it feels like family at this point. I feel like I know these characters, which is great. I really like how Kimberly Brown does the familial aspect. I feel like it's really great. It reminds me a lot of Ashley Antoinette. But yeah. It was good. 3.5 out of 5. I feel like I haven't rated any of these books more than a 3.5 is because they don't have a lot of they don't have a lot of shock factor or really like to like grab me like, oh my gosh, I can't stop reading. But like it's like cute and comforting and fluffy. Like if you're looking for fluffy romance but black, Kimberly Brown is your girl, because I feel I've never read anything from her that was really like heart thumping. I haven't, however, read like her urban romance. Like this is just black romance, so it's not like there's thugs and gangbangers and whatever. It's just black romance. So it was good. That was the 5th and final book of the series. I'm like, it's crazy how I've read like one of her books each month. You know what I'm saying? Except for February. But yeah, that was really it for April. Yeah, a very, I feel like, underwhelming month. But yeah, but I do want to talk about some of the books that I bought in April, like a little April book haul. But probably thinking, you bought more books, but you haven't finished all those books from the last book haul. And I'm thinking, mind your business. But yes, but that is true though. But as a book buyer, I don't even have the book buying disease like some of these other girlies do. The girlies that I watch, okay, have a house full of books and will still buy 50 more. Okay, so I am doing pretty good. Anyways, here are the books. I got some YA fantasy because I feel like, and I'm going to talk about this in my next video, I feel like that is what I've been missing and craving in my life. So let's talk. First, I got Legendborn. Okay, I can't believe I haven't read this yet. It looks really, really good. The font's really small, which I don't love. But yeah, I'm not even going to read the back. I don't even want to read the back. I feel like I learned too much already just by reading that first line. I don't want to know anything about it. I'm just going to go into it. I love the cover. I feel like the covers for black romance and fantasy have been really, really good lately. And yeah, so I'm going to read this. It came out like a few years ago, and I'm just like, I want to read it. Oh, wait. Oh, yes. She's going to a school, isn't she? I'm going to eat this up. Then we have These Violent Delights. I have heard of this. I have no idea what it's about. It looks like something that I would have read when I was in like my the page structure is very weird. But yeah, it looks like something that I would have read when I was in like my prime fantasy era. So I'm interested. I'm interested. These Violent Delights, you know. Then I got, as you can see, I'm in the middle of Uglies by Scott Westerfeld. I'm already, to be honest with you, not loving this book. The writing, I looked at the year to see when it came out. It was written in 2005. I feel like it is enjoyable in a specific lens, in a specific time period, and I think we're out of that time period. And yeah, so I don't know if I want to continue this because the writing is like, I feel like I'm supposed to be maybe 10 years old to really like, oh my gosh, this is so good, you know? But But yeah, Uglies, I mean, we all know this is a dystopian. This is like one of those OG dystopians. It does have a movie now. It does have a movie. I've never seen it, don't plan on seeing it, but yeah, it's just one of those dystopians where something is the big bad and everyone's trying to like pretend like it's, Delirium was about love. This one is about beauty. The Hunger Games is about, I guess, food. You're fighting to the death. I feel like the Hunger Games, why it was so successful along with Divergent, why those two were so successful was because with a lot of these other dystopians, it was like there was one specific thing that was like so bad or that was taken away. Like with Delirium, it was love is bad, no one can feel love. With this one, it's like everyone's ugly, and like I don't know, I just feel like they need more development, and like the world doesn't ever get developed. Like, what are the rules? What is going on here? What is happening? Yeah. Next we have The Stolen Heir by Holly Black. So I have to be real with you. I'm not one of those people that is like super obsessed with the Wicked, with the Cruel, the Folk of the Air trilogy, or the Folk of the Air series, the Cruel Prince. I am not one of those people. I don't know if I like missed, if it went over my head or something. Maybe I need to reread it now with my adult brain, but which could be dangerous. But yeah, I do. This is definitely in the same. It's definitely in the same world as that. So I'm like, maybe. Yeah, I remember Oak. It seems like it's about someone named Oak, and I remember that character from. I remember that name from the Cruel Prince trilogy series thing. So I don't really know. Maybe I'll reread it. Maybe I wasn't blown away by it. It wasn't. I don't know, but I haven't read anything Holly Black, and this kind of took me back to a time. It took me back to a time. So I'm trying to, like dive back into stuff that I know that I used to love and see like, is that what I meant? Like, why isn't fantasy capturing my attention anymore? That's what I'm trying to investigate. And I think because with Wings of Starlight, it hit it right on the head for me. It reminded me why I love fantasy. So I'm like, I need to chase this. It made me want to chase this feeling. And lastly, speaking of Allison Saft, I got A Fragile Enchantment because I hope that the writing is as whimsical. The words are huge. I hope that the writing is just as whimsical. I hope that the story is just as beautiful. Yeah, it looks nice. Has a nice cover. Looks springy. Yeah, it says it's woven with the kind of magic that keeps you in the palm of her hand from the very first page. So I want to try this. Yeah, so anyways, done. I don't know what it's about and I don't care. So those were all the books that I read this month, and also all the books that I bought this month. Like I said, I think I'm going to do a fantasy icks or my problem with or something about the fantasy, or some sort of discussion about fantasy, because it's been on my mind, it's been on my heart, and that's really what I want to do. So yeah, you'll probably see me talk about these books again. But yeah, that is it for this video, y'all. I have another video that I have another video. Oh, I need to tell you what I'm currently reading. I am currently reading a fan fiction, okay? And it is the best fan fiction I've ever read. It is so good. It is a Darth Vader and Padme Amidala fan fiction. I have become re-obsessed with Star Wars. So if you live under a rock, it is the 20th anniversary of Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, which has always been one of my favorite Star Wars movies, but I feel like now it's getting the recognition that it's always deserved. But anyways, it was the 20th anniversary. I found this out a couple months ago that they would be putting it back in theaters, and I said, I have to be there. And then I forgot, and then remembered last week, I was like, oh my gosh, it's here. So I went with a new friend, and I had the best time just sitting there. And I really fully realized with my adult brain how long it's been since I actually sat down and watched these movies, and realized, oh my gosh, like these movies are so like politically relevant to right now. Like I just spit everywhere. It was actually insane sitting there and being like, not only is this a masterpiece of a film and Hayden Christensen, but And y'all already know, if you didn't watch my book, Boyfriends and Fictional Husbands, what are you doing here? Go, yeah. But y'all already know that Darth Vader / Anakin Skywalker is my top fictional husband. You already know that. So I was having a blast because of that. But anyways, I started thinking of psychology and sociology and politics. I was like, wait a minute. Star Wars has like everything. It has everything you could ever want in a story. And so I've had this fan fiction downloaded since July on my Kindle. And I was just like, okay, I want to read it now. Because this fan fiction is set up to where, so Anakin was taken by Senator... If you don't like Star Wars, if you don't understand, you can just skip this part and exit the video. Bye now. See you in the next video. But stay for all my Star Wars fan if you're interested, because this fan fiction is so good. But I also have a video about fan fiction that's coming out soon. But anyways, it's basically if Darth Vader never got burned to a crisp, and also if he never met any of the Jedi, and he was taken from childhood by Darth Sidious and raised to be evil all along. So basically, like, none of the events of the prequels happened, except that he is now Darth Vader, but like without the mask. Like, he's still like handsome Hayden Christensen, but he does cover his face with something just because. But yeah, and he's meeting Padme Amidala as a senator, and she has useful information for. So the rebellion is still a thing. And everyone's still, you know, there's still the Empire versus the Rebellion, but like it's just a little bit different. But like not. It's just basically if Darth Vader never was Anakin Skywalker and met all the people, basically. Anyways. But yeah, it is so good. It is absolutely rocking my world. I am kicking my feet. I'm sick to my stomach about it. Like I'm sick to my stomach at how much I am enjoying this fanfiction. Like, I lay in bed, like, squealing and dying. Like, I brought my Kindle to work yesterday, and I was reading it during my off period, screaming in my classroom by myself, because I'm like, it's so good. Like, it is so good, okay? Fanfiction has been my savior. It has been my savior so many times in the book world, like as far as reading, like whenever I feel like I don't want to read anything, and I'm not even in a reading slump. It's just that Star Wars has taken over my brain, and this has been the perfect solution, because I've been wanting to read this fanfiction, but it's super long. Is Darth Vader choking me? Anyways, it is super long, and I wasn't in the mood for it, because it's like over 1,000 pages long. Like, this is a thick, chunky, slow burn of a story, but yeah, it's so good. And it's basically, so Padme Amidala is a senator, and she has useful information for the rebellion, and Emperor Palpatine needs Darth Vader to get it out of her. So they're gonna meet as adults, and obviously have a little romance going, but it's like a dark romance, because like he's Darth Vader, like he's evil already. So yeah, that's what I'm currently reading, and it's so good, and it's just, oh my gosh, like I haven't felt this way about a book in a really long time, where I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's so, like, the last time I can really, what I keep thinking about is like when I was reading Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare, like the level, and Lord of Shadows by Cassandra Clare. Like, I just felt so incredibly consumed and controlled by the story, and like how good it was, and how much I was loving it. And I have not felt that way about anything, but this is the first time I felt that way in a long time. So I don't know if it's coupled with the fact that there are movies, and I don't know, but it's doing something for me. But anyways, before this video is an hour long, I'm gonna end it here. Hope you enjoy like everything that's been going on, the books I've read, the books I bought, and the book I'm currently reading. So